Hello and welcome to this Bizmates question and answer video series for Japanese business people. And today's question is, how can I improve my listening skills? This is a common question, okay? And I'll do my best to answer this for you. So first, we need to understand why is my listening poor, okay? Because when I ask students, what do you think of your listening? I often hear this, yeah, I have a bad year. And I don't really understand what they mean. Do they mean physically their ear is not good, or is it a different meaning? But I don't think it's usually physically, okay? Because listening, so many things affect your listening skills. It's not just your ear, okay? So let me explain. There are actually 5 things. One is vocabulary. If you have a good vocabulary, your listening skills will improve. If your vocabulary is poor, naturally your listening skills will not be so good. Okay? Also, grammar is very important. People with poor grammar have usually poor listening skills. They are tied together very closely, vocabulary and grammar. Also, accents. Some people are too used to just one, speaking to one teacher, or just to females, or just to males, or just to, they're not used to different types of accents. Just to give you an example, when I lived in Canada, I said it was like a mini world, but there was no one, I had never met anyone from Australia in Canada. When I came to Japan, I met an Australian for the first time, and I had a really hard time understanding their English. And it wasn't because my English was poor or his English was bad. Of course not. We were both native speakers. But it's just I didn't have a global ear. I was used to listening to Canadians. Yeah, and there are many immigrants, but not Australian English. So that's just an example of how important getting familiar with accents. So become familiar with Indian English. Become familiar with Singapore English, with American English, with British English. Another key point to listening is background information. Okay? If you don't know anything about the topic that you're listening to, it's really difficult to follow. Okay? And that's why many trainers recommend that you read the newspaper in English, or Google on the internet, or watch movies to get that background information, the cultural information. Okay, so if I talk about ice hockey, even slowly, I don't think you'll be able to follow if you don't know ice hockey. Yeah. Okay, so having that background information. And there are listening strategies. Listening is an active skill. Okay? So when you listen to someone, you show that, acknowledge that you understand. Yes, yes, right. I see. And you confirm. So, excuse me, so you're saying that, is this what you mean? Is that what you want to say? Yeah, okay, I understand what you're... So using these listening strategies, not thinking about what you want to say next. No, really concentrating on what the other person is saying, looking at their facial reactions. All these things are listening strategies. And it's all these things that make up your skills as a listener. Okay? So it's not just doing one thing that'll improve your listening. Okay? So I hope I answered your question on how to improve your listening skills. Okay. Thank you.